Have you been told not to let your knees travel over your toes in a lunge or a squat? Well, I have something for you to try. We're going to experiment with knees over toes in a split stance lunge position. So instead of setting up really wide for your lunge, which can be troublesome because a lot of us go into extension in our low back and fall into this anterior tilt. So we don't want back pain. So we're going to set up a little bit narrower than you might think. So my left foot is in front of me. What I want to think about doing is finding my step. So if we're in this flared out position, I want to think about exhaling to get my ribs back in space, pelvis right underneath my rib cage. So I'm in that nice stacked position, and as I lunge, think about where my pelvis is in space. I'm going to allow my knee to travel forward while keeping my nice stacked position. You'll notice that shin angle in the front, and I really want to try and sense my midfoot. So the tendency in a lunge is either kind of to fall into the front part of the foot. So I want you to think about finding that midfoot. If you have trouble connecting with that, finding a sock or something that you could put under that arch is going to be really helpful for you to be able to sense that midfoot in space. So we're going to start by finding our stack. Exhale, ribs back, paying attention to where our body is in space, rib cage over pelvis, and allowing our knee to travel forward in our lunge position, sensing the midfoot. So I'm going to inhale, exhale, and then inhale down, allowing my knee to travel forward. I'm going to super glue this front foot to the ground and imagine my heel dragging back in space. You are going to feel the quad sensation, especially right here, but you're wanting to feel and sense those proximal hamstrings and glute in the front leg. So now I'm going to go full speed without talking so I can concentrate on that mind-muscle connection in myself. Remember, super glue the front foot and drag the heel back in space, maintaining your stacked position, allowing the knee to travel forward. And press up, heel heavy, sensing that front glute. So I'm going to switch sides so we have a different angle. I'm going to work the other foot. So allowing the knee to travel forward in space, get that nice stacked pelvis position. Knee travels forward, super glue that front foot to the ground, and envision dragging the heel back in space. You can hold this position, or this is how you can go through your lunge. Whew. It's definitely challenging. Something unique on that left side, if you do have that typical asymmetry, you can also add a little bit of a hip shift. So we're going to allow that knee to travel forward, adding that little bit of a shift so this right hip drops down in space, and still allowing that knee to travel over the big toe as I come down, super gluing that front foot to the ground, dragging heel back in space, sensing the front glute and proximal hamstring. Exhale, drive through the foot, and stand up tall.